They said Gray paved the way, changed the rain, released the pain. Least you sane, getting paid, trend setting, brighter days, doper rap, tighter sets, high and deadly. I'm a fighter jet, journey.
I'm a fighter jet, OG Boricua Don Dada, Muffins Martinez, the Forbidden Door, right? And I would forget about all the craziness. Triple H somehow pulls off the unthinkable. This is when you know Uncle Vince is actually gone, because Jordana Grace popping up on NXT to challenge the champ, walking in with the Impact Wrestling World title, not for a Royal Rumble like they did with Magnus's wife,
Mickie James.
Last
year, right? James. Last year, or the year before.
And she came out with the belt.
Yeah, and then this year, Jordynne Grace was also in Royal Rumble. With the belt. But
like saying that this is a bigger platform for her, and people might say, well, how was she was in the Royal Rumble? The Royal Rumble's a throwaway. That's just for anybody to come in, do what you're going to do, get thrown out. It's kind of gimmicky, right? This is putting her on the WWE network, showcasing Impact Wrestling at the moment top champion for the women's division, Jordana Grace. Am I a fan? No. But this is massive for Impact Wrestling. This is huge for WWE. Even though, yes, WWE don't need nobody. NXT, I know, is one of your favorite products, period. And to have that young core that keeps coming in and bring veterans from Impact Wrestling to tool these people to get them ready for the main, SmackDown and Raw and all that good shit. You go, okay. Now, the crazy thing is the word on the streets is some of the NXT people will be popping up on TNA, right? That's the word on the streets. Will it happen? I don't know. But in a quick move, Triple H has done more for Impact Wrestling than Tony Khan, he had this fake Forbidden Door, and all he did was whip his junk out and piss all over Impact Wrestling, right? I'm just being honest with you. All he wanted to do was humiliate Impact Wrestling to stroke his own ego, and it was the wackest fake partnership I've ever seen in my life. It could have been something great, and you never seen anybody from Impact go over to AEW. We just seen Jordana Grace when we didn't even know that this Forbidden Door thing was happening. Bro, talk to me. Forbidden Door, NXT, Impact Wrestling, TNA, whatever you want to call it.
Well, we go back a couple of years. The Forbidden Door, Tony Khan, bringing in all the New Japan wrestlers coming down to AEW. That was the Forbidden Door. Yeah. And if you don't follow New Japan Wrestling or any Japanese wrestling, you don't give it credit. Like, whatever. But if you follow New Japan Wrestling like I do, and you see guys like Naito, Tanahashi, guys like that come in, you get excited. Oh my God, wow, they're bringing guys in. But when you move forward, is New Japan is the lapdog of AEW. You never see, all the guys you see there is Moxley go up there, win the belt, but you never see anybody from over there come here and win one of the big major titles from AEW. So that Forbidden Door thing is gone already. And then we had that little nonsense with Tony Khan and doing stuff with Impact Wrestling, which was awesome, which we thought was going to be awesome. You already saw Private Party going to Impact for 1 month little thing, and that was it. Never again did you see anybody else from AEW come to Impact unless they used to be Impact wrestlers like Christian Cage, like Christopher Daniels, like Kazarian. You saw those guys coming in to Impact Wrestling from AEW, but they used to be Impact people. So it really didn't matter much. Like, okay, so they're bringing guys that used to work for Impact Wrestling. Group E. Never one female head never came over. Nothing like that. Now, the real Forbidden Door, or the real time you saw something happen was we saw what was her name again? The first TNA champion, Mickie James, when she popped up in the Royal Rumble. Oh my God, dude! Like, that was crazy to see a champion from another company with their belt in a WWE show like Royal Rumble. Dude, that was like, what? It was small, but that was something huge. And then it happened again this year. Jordynne Grace going up there to Royal Rumble. Like, holy shit, they did it again. All the possibilities. And like you hit the nail on the head. If Uncle Vince was still here, this would not be happening right now.
Hell no.
If Uncle Vince was still in charge with no TKO, this would not be happening. So because of TKO, because of The Rock being there, and because of Triple H being there saying, and we know, if it doesn't happen in a WWE ring, it has never happened. WWE is the universe. They always say that if it doesn't happen in our ring, we doesn't exist. We don't care about it because it didn't happen here. It can happen out there. Here, we don't know anything about it. So Jordan Grace coming out last night to go up against Roxanne Perez, the next what they don't call them pay-per-views, but premium event. They call them now. There you go. And it's not going to be in a big stage because it's at the UFC Apex Center, which I guess is the small where they used to do when they had the COVID and they were doing stuff there. So this place with the new license could hold up to 1,000 people who serve alcohol and stuff like that. So it'll be close to 1,000 people going to be there. But having a champion from another company come out with their own belt from a different company to be featured in a premium event that's going to be shown on the Peacock channel, because this is not the WWE network, this is the Peacock.
I got to cut you off because not only did she come out with the belt, they actually said Impact Wrestling's knockout champion.
Or TNA
right, like they introduced the whole thing, and I was like, whoa, my bad. Go ahead, brother, my bad.
No, and it's going to be on the Peacock channel, which everybody, you got to pay for it. Dude, everybody pays for it. No, doesn't. If you're a WWE fan, you pay for the Peacock channel, and do like I got Peacock channel for $199 for 6 months with the commercials. But instead of when they show the event, and instead of showing the backstage interviews and stuff like they do with the show, they go into commercials. And when they talk something, they come back to the show. You never miss a match. All you're missing is the backstage stuff because they go into commercial there, and that's it. I don't miss any action. I'm paying $199 for 6 months. I'm good with it. But it's being shown. This is going to bring the average WWE fan, who's just an average WWE fan, eyes to TNA, because they're going to go and say, "Oh shit, TNA is still alive. TNA is still thriving. TNA is still there." And people were saying when Scott D'Amore got fired, they're going cheap. They're gonna lose. They're gonna be under in less than a year. They're gonna be doing anything because they're not gonna get anything. And what they've done since Scott D'Amore has been gone, Santana came back. They got more people in there coming back. They got Mustafa Ali there now.
Hold on. They also got Hammerstone, Mustafa Ali, Santana, Dolph Ziggler. Oh no, Ziggler was there before, right?
No, I think he was coming in and out, but now they got his brother there too. So they got the two Nemeth brothers there, and now they pulled something like this to be able to have their champion be there. And you might think, she's going to be there for the premium event. No, she's going to wrestle in the NXT show next week against a young up and comer of the girls from the NIL deals, who's a true wrestler from the UK when they were doing the UK, and they haven't used her since, but they kept her, and now she's getting pushed. So she's going to go against a real veteran that, casual fans may not know who Jordan Grace, but people like us who follow wrestling know who Jordan Grace is and know what she's done for the business and Impact.
The girl from Europe, what's her name? That's not Kaylee Ray, the one I like, right?
No. Kaylee Ray is up. She's up now. Alba Fire. She's in SmackDown now with the other one.
That's right. Yeah.
So they're in SmackDown. I forgot the girl's name, but it's an up and comer versus a veteran. So this is going to bring eyes to TNA, regardless of what happens. So next week she's going to be wrestling on NXT. That's going to bring eyes. TNA fans are going to come in and flock in to watch NXT. If you are a Jordynne Grace fan, you will flock in to watch the show. And then the following week is the premium show, which hopefully will bring eyes from TNA and hopefully bring WWE fans who are casual to go look into TNA. So it's
the one thing I hate, and this is what I hate about wrestling fans, it's not wrestling fans, it's promotion fans, right? Like we've always said, if you're a fan of the talent, support the talent, right? Like how many guys when we used to talk Impact exclusive that we love those cats, and if they went to the WWEs or elsewhere, N.W.As, we always still talked about them, right? Like because those are our guys. And the girls, we like them. We're going to represent them. We're not going to just, they went over there, they're turncoats and traitors like most of these goofy ass people do. If, like I said, I'm not a fan of Jordynne Grace. I don't think she's in ring good at all. But this is such a big thing for Impact. And if you're an Impact fan and you will not watch her in the WWE ring, I don't know what's wrong with you, right? Like, this is a big moment, not only for Jordynne Grace's career, but for Impact Wrestling in a whole.
Yes. That's a whole,
right? Like it makes no sense that I don't know, man.
Well, and then of course, social media, everything is free. Everybody can say what the hell they want to say. So some people, it's only NXT. No, dude, it's WWE. It doesn't matter if it's NXT, if it's SmackDown, if it's Raw. You just put your foot in WWE. Everybody watches. Okay, a lot of people don't watch, NXT like I do. Because it's so young, it's the future that they're doing. So basically, WWE got tired of getting indie wrestlers who are well known and getting it, and then they call them or they go up. No, they said, shit, we're gonna start doing our own indie wrestlers now. We're gonna start building our own people. They went out and they got rid of all the models. They got rid of all people that look good. They went and started getting talent, people who are real athletes, sprinters, volleyball players, basketball, football, whatever sports, gymnastics, cheerleading competition champions. They went and they said, this person is an athlete. We could turn her into a wrestler, or we could turn him into a wrestler. We're going to sign this person. And that's what they're doing. It's like you go into the minors. You go there for 2 years. After 2 years, if you're good, you're going to go up to the majors. If you're bad, you're going to get caught.
Yeah,
we didn't see enough of you getting better, and and some of the old people that were there, like unfortunately Cameron Grimes, got cut already being up there, and it happens. You get caught, and you get caught in the middle of stuff, and it happens.
But the difference is
in WWE universe.
The big difference is that we could call it the minors to SmackDown and Raw because it's their development system, right? Yes, like exactly. And with us being sports people, we'll use the word minors. That's what makes sense to us. But when people say it's only NXT was beating out AEW's numbers for their main flagship show.
Yes.
So even if that's their minors, it's beating their majors, yes, right? So you go, well, if AEW is the number 2 company in the United States, NXT is beating them. So, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't really consider it. I think it's a bigger accomplishment, like we said, them being in a WWE ring, because NXT is a WWE product. They are a WWE talent. They're just not on the main roster.
And AEW, like you said, the rumor is that maybe in the future they'll have NXT individuals at TNA pay-per-views.
Yeah,
that's huge. It's basically we're gonna show the guys that we have faith for and we believe in, Roxanne Perez, or we're gonna send her to your show. When was the last time ever you seen a WWE champion of any caliber being in a TNA or a TNA show on their pay-per-view, showing up what they built from their company?
No,
if AEW is always with the forbidden door, why haven't they ever had an MLW person or a TNA person or MLW person, N.W.A person champion be in one of their shows and they keep saying Forbidden Door, nonsense. No, WWE and TNA just blew the Forbidden Door nonsense out because this is really the Forbidden Door when you have a champion from another company show up to a live TV taping because it's live. It wasn't taped last night. It's live happening right there from 8 to 10, right there on your show. A champion from a different company comes in. You go like, holy shit. The door, your idea just blew up. So whatever TNA or AEW was doing, it was all Japanese. It's all guys. AEW and TNA just did it with females. And you rarely see females doing stuff like that. Look at all the different dream scenarios we had when Impact was doing the stuff with AEW. We wanted to see the females do stuff, and they were on Twitter and social media throwing out matches. And not one time did they ever took advantage of it because of politics.
I don't know how much content we got talking about opportunities of the AEW
this
and
opportunity
Impact
beyond opportunity. I mean, now let's be honest. Imagine if this keeps working, and then TKO decides, you know something, we like this. Let's buy TNA. Now you got another company swelled up that has another thing. We're going to start sending our guys or girls to TNA now. When you have a real partnership, this is where the word partnership comes into play, and you use it for what its meaning is. Partnership. We're going to send people from NXT to TNA, TNA to NXT. They're going to get shown, and if something happens, hey, we'll bring them out to SmackDown. We'll bring them out to Raw. But you already know SmackDown and Raw already ballooned with what they have, and they're going to keep adding more people for the hell of just to have backstage stuff. No. So that's why NXT is different, because you could throw so many stuff out there and really have matches that get you going and say, oh shit, I like this guy, Trick Williams. I love Trick Williams. I love Chase University. I love this. I love that. Jahara Jackson. I love Metaphor. Dude, NXT is the future of what you want it to be.
But like what we were kind of saying earlier, can you imagine if you get the Trick Williams versus the Josh Alexanders, the Trick Williams versus the Eddie Edwards, and then you start seeing, okay, I know he could do this on NXT's level, but can he do it in SmackDown and Raw? Then you put him in that TNA ring with guys who have been in this industry for so many years that are super veterans. Right. If I could watch him go against him, I know he's ready, right? It's not the same caliber here. I know he's ready for here. So I think that would be the best part of it.
Yeah, every spring training, there's always 2 games at the end of the spring training when your AAA team goes and plays your major league team for 2 games before spring training ends. This is NXT AAA going up against TNA, who's a major league team. And you, like you said, you put them out there. Okay, if they can hold their own with a Frankie Kazarian, who's been wrestling for 20 years, Christopher Daniels, Josh Alexander, Hammerstone, who's been out there for 10, 15 years. Imagine what they could do in our system with our guys if they go up there and they show out. Now we got to see. They let TNA person come in. Now we'll see if they let somebody from WWE, most likely somebody from NXT, or someone from even from the top that you're not using. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Like Mission, or how they're using Natty Neidhart, that she's always going down to NXT to kind of help some of the girls with Lola Vice, Shayna Baszler, go out to Impact Wrestling or TNA. Then you go like, okay, now you see that real productive, and now you see a real talent exchange, a real, partnership going on. And it takes something small to open a big door. If this comes and actually be successful, imagine how bigger the door will open for Bound for Glory or something like that, when you could bring some NXT folks there, right? And you have their tag team champions from TNA wrestle an up-and-comer tag team from NXT females. You never know what could happen.
That'd be crazy. I mean, like,
right now, your mind is blowing up with the possibilities of different matches, different scenarios. Really get some females going back and forth. But for some reason, the females always get the short stick or the end of the what's the saying? The end of the
short end of the stick.
The short end of the stick. Everything. Oh, it's a possibility. We could do this, and females disappear. And you're like, oh shit, what happened? This is huge. Roxanne Perez was bringing up the indies, and then she had won the wrestling in Ring of Honor, and then she had the what title she had there for a while, women's title.
And, I don't watch ROH. I know we wanted her for MLW, but she wound up going to ROH.
She wrestled once in MLW. I remember
one time.
Yeah, when she was a champion for something else, and I forgot what time. Yeah, for Ring of Honor when she won the belt.
Yeah.
Before Ring of Honor got bought by AEW. So and they stuck a rocket behind her NXT, and she's ready to go up to the main roster. But now you give her Jordan Grace. Now you're gonna see.
Hold on. Does Jordan Grace beat her? She gets called up, and Jordana Grace is now the NXT Women's Champion?
Dude, right now, with what just happened last night, the possibilities are endless because you cannot say that's not going to happen because we don't know what's going to happen. Like, no dirt sheet knew anything this was going to. This was the beauty of it. Not one dirt sheet knew that Jordan Grace was going to be there last night.
Yeah, it didn't kill the surprise.
No one. This was complete.
But this is what makes wrestling fun.
So imagine if she shows up there with her belt for TNA, and imagine she beats her for the WWE NXT title, and then Roxanne Perez gets called up to the top. Now she's a WWE NXT and TNA champion. Dude, like, if that happens, forget the Forbidden Door. The Forbidden Door has been completely destroyed after this. And I never even thought about it till you said that now, and my mind is just blowing up just thinking about us not knowing anything and nobody knowing anything. It's going to be the beauty of people watching to see what's going to happen.
I'm saying it now. I'm putting it out there. Jordana Grace is winning that belt, bringing it back to TNA. I'm saying it now.
That would be crazy, bro. That would be crazy if that happens, and then they're trying to push Lola Vice or somebody else to go to a TNA show, pay-per-view,
to try to wrestle the belt
for
back.
The WWE NXT title there.
Dude, a WWE belt on TNA. What the hell froze over?
Dude, that would be crazy if that shit happens. That would be crazy if that happens, bro. Like right there, just throw everything you knew about wrestling out the window.
I'm all in.
Now WWE can actually say we are the universe. And people will believe it. We are the universe. Dude, you just blew my mind when you said that.
And already changing the game. Listen, I'm a Rock fan. I'm super biased. I'm saying all this is happening because of the People's Champ, The Rock, because I'm extremely biased. But this could be one of the greatest things we've seen in forever, right? Like, we've never seen this in WWE.
Dude, I'm going to be watching now just because of what you said. I'm going to be glued.
Jordana Grace is coming out with that belt, and a WWE title will be on an Impact Wrestling show. That is fucking insane. You heard it here first from me and Bumpins Martinez.
To say that in wrestling in 2024, you're going to have an Impact champion being the WWE NXT champion and Impact Women's champion at the same time. In a different company, do like that'll be wow.
In their company, it's not like it's going to be defended on Impact, right? Like, it's going to be in NXT. So if she walks out with that belt in NXT, that says so much that she comes in there, because we know she's winning next week, right? This is for
sure. She's winning next week, yes.
Yeah. It's the
No
tune-up
doubt
match
about
to make her look good to go against Roxy and progress the story. But
Yes.
if she listen, I'm gonna tell you now, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, whatever fits in this venue. If Jordana Grace wins that belt, it might be fucking crickets, right? Because no one would ever see this coming. That would shock the whole fucking industry.
I'm pretty sure, like everybody, the fake wrestlers that know who they are. Because I heard a bunch of TNA chants last night when she came out. So, and people were cheering.
Yeah.
So we'll find out if it's going to be a split crowd when the match happens in 2 weeks. And I'm pretty sure that's going to bring eyes. And if whatever happens, like you mentioned, to throw your wrestling book out the window, because whatever we know about wrestling is just forget it.
This is what makes this fun, right? Like, to be able to sit here and see this and talk this shit is fucking dope. I was gonna say let's transition into our next thing, but what's his name? All Ego Ethan Page or something.
Page.
He's got a crazy long name.
Oh.
He pulled up. No one's seen that coming, right? Like, you just heard he hasn't been in AEW for a while.
Another dirt sheet that nobody knew about. Ethan Page.
And this is, I'm going to have to go back to when I was young. I mean, you've seen things before me, but N.W.A, where Scott Hall and Kevin Nash pulled up to WCW, was like, what is going on? Then you get Hogan, N.W.A starts happening. You're like, this is fucking nuts, right? You never, because there were no dirt sheets. There were no internet like that.
Nope.
So the surprise element was there. Jordana Grace pulling up. No one had a peep of this. Ethan Page. No one had a peep of this.
I'm going to cut you off for a second. 2001, I was already married. And we had a computer. We had just got our first computer, 2001. And he was dialed up. Welcome to AOL or AOL.com. Dude, I will go home from work, right to the computer. It will take me 5 minutes to log in, and I will start looking for dirt sheets because the dirt sheets were starting to come out in 2001 just to see what was the news at that time. Was it accurate or not? I have no idea, but I'm typing in things that my friends will tell me. Oh, you got this website up? They talk wrestling. Boom. Dude, 5 minutes just to log in, just to see no news because nothing came up yet. And then I will go check back another half hour later to see nothing. Okay, I did that every day. I would check, and it was like maybe one article per every couple of days that will pop up any type of news. Now you go everywhere. It's like just reasons and excuses and hypothetical, questions of this, and there's like 50 different type of articles and nothing that you want to read about because it's all crap. But yeah, I remember those days, bro. Running home from work in my early 30s. You got mail. Like, I got mail. All right. And some AOL bullshit. I don't even know what email is, but I'm like, okay, whatever. I got mail. Whoa, all right. Sorry, man. I have to throw that story in there.
Nice. Listen, but this is what makes wrestling fun is the unknown, right? Yeah. Like, as MLW fans, one of the things that we're really excited about coming up to Battle Riot is who's this mystery person of Contra Unit, because we don't know, right? So it's an unknown element. That's what we're having fun with.
And that's the next show.
Yeah, Ethan Page coming in. That's a big for NXT as well. This is a former Impact Wrestling guy. He's a former AEW guy. The guy gets it. Really good on social media. He does what he does. Hopefully he doesn't go goofy because I think he'll get lost in the sauce.
Well, hopefully he don't do the goofy shit and just be like he was last night. Just serious Ethan Page, all ego, all about him. Boom. And like you said, this is the beauty of not knowing anything and having to tune in because you don't know what's going to happen. NXT just gave us that. You have to tune in because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, this is the most tight-lit thing that happened last night that I've seen in years.
Yeah.
That nobody knew. Like, no rumors. Oh, we think, or the guy Ross or the other guys or whatever. Oh, we think this is going to happen. Nobody told shit because nobody knew nothing.
Yeah. And not for nothing, we still have not seen Camille. We still have not seen Jacob Fatu. Who knows where the hell they're in limbo somewhere. But the next person I'm telling you that pulls up to NXT is going to be Ricky Starks, former N.W.A. TV champion. So I'm telling you.
Whenever his contract expires, because Jake Hager, his contract expired, he didn't resign. Mark Henry expired, he didn't resign. Anderson just told us that he's not resigning. So there's a lot of guys, a lot of girls, and other guys who contracts are coming up are not resigning. You know, they just retire. But someone like Jake Hager, you could see him back in NXT. You know, working in NXT. Or somebody like, you know, NWA or MLW or Impact will give him the money. You know, he's a good wrestler, but they just messed him up with all the nonsense with Chris Jericho. You know, and the whole society, he was there the whole time. So, Ricky Stark would be a star anywhere else, and he's sitting home.
But we've been saying this since NWA, right? We've seen this since NWA. Listen, we talked everything. We talked. Eat the page. We talk the partnership. Man, if y'all listen, we're an MLW podcast, but when big shit happens, we got to talk big shit. That's what we do. So for myself, the big homie, we got one more for you. Deuces.